Can you believe it? Clocks are going forward this week already. So don't forget, we're changing time this Sunday, March the 13th. This week on Backyard Feeding, I want to do something different, and I want you to get involved too. Joe Wroblewski, a member of the BBN community, has been trying hard to attract all kinds of species to his backyard, but unfortunately all he's getting are house sparrows and squirrels. We've been communicating by email, but I thought I would call Joe and I would ask him a few questions, and then we'll see, maybe you have a few suggestions. Some of you have been feeding birds for many years now, so maybe you can help him out. Let's call Joe and see what he has to say.
Hello.
Hi Joe, this is Tatsiana Thompson from Brome Bird News. How are you?
Fine, and how are you?
Good. Well, I'm calling you with a couple of questions. Do you have a few minutes to answer them for us?
I'll give it a shot.
All right. So the first question I have for you, is there a park or a forested area in your neighborhood?
Yeah, I live not too far from Guillemots Park, which is it's a big park, you know. It's
Okay, so there is a park in your area.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Right.
And how long ago did you put up your feeder, the one that we see in the picture?
I have the squirrel buster there. It's been hanging there pretty well all winter, you know.
All winter. So you just started, in November, October?
Yeah, it's like end of September.
What kind of seeds do you put in your feeder?
Well, what I buy is like a big bag of mixed seeds, you know. There's all different types of seeds in there, and then what I do is I buy a bag of sunflower seeds, and I mix them together with the all the seeds together. I throw that in.
Okay.
And then I have a peanut feeder also, you know. So.
Okay, so you just put peanuts in there.
Yeah, right.
Okay. And have you seen any other birds in your neighborhood?
Do I see other birds?
Yeah, except, house sparrows.
I'll tell you, I'll be honest with you, like 3 days ago, much to my surprise, I saw a beautiful red cardinal. He landed on the feeder, right? And wow, look at that beautiful little cardinal. That's the only bird that I managed to see, other than like my regular squirrels and sparrows.
Right, yes, they like that. Okay. And what about your neighbors? Do you have any really noisy neighbors? Maybe you have babies or, party people?
No. It's kind of a quiet area where I live, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what about your backyard? Do you have any bushes or any trees in your backyard?
Yeah, I have two big cedar trees, and then I have a cedar hedge all around my property.
Okay.
So it's like well protected, you know, and yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, Joe, for your answers. From everything that you tell me and from your pictures, what I can tell you is that try using just black sunflower seeds. Give it a try maybe for a week or 2 weeks. Don't mix it with any other seeds. What I also want to suggest is maybe bringing your feeders a little bit closer to your house.
Oh, yeah?
Yes, but these are my suggestions. But what we're also going to do is we're going to open a forum on our new website on bromebirdnews.com, and it will be called Help Joe Out. And we will see what our audience will tell. Maybe they will have suggestions. Some of them have been feeding birds for many years.
Sounds good.
All right. Well, we'll be in touch. Thank you so much for your participation.
You're welcome anytime.
All right. Have a good day.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. Well, please let us know what you think about Joe's problem. Again, you can participate in our forum on www.bromebirdnews.com. Choose a forum called Help Joe Out, and let me know what you think. The question we have for Dr. David Bird this week comes from Leslie Burgum, who actually knows a lot about birds, and she's very active in many conservation initiatives in her area, but this had her puzzled. Here's her question. Not sure why goldfinches are not visiting my Brome finch feeder. I put the food on the ground to see it was the food, but no, they are eating on the ground, so it's not the food. I also have a Duncraft finch feeder, and same thing. No birds.
Hi, Leslie. Well, that certainly is a puzzle. Finches going to the ground to feed and ignoring some perfectly good finch feeders. I'm wondering about your seed offering. The best food for goldfinches and their cousins is nyger or thistle seed. These tiny seeds require a specialty feeder with small holes for access and shouldn't be mixed with other seed types. If you're offering a mixed seed, it could contain a lot of undesirable seed types that take too much effort for the birds to weed out. Even worse, it could be that the large seeds are blocking the holes in your finch feeder.
Thank you, David. Please send questions for Dr. David Bird to askdrbird@bromebirdcare.com. On episode 16, I talked to you about scientists raising whooping cranes in labs and then introducing them into the wild. Then one of the highlights has been the ultralight guided migration of young whooping cranes. Sadly, Operation Migration is coming to an end this year. You see, scientists dressing like whooping cranes and trying to imitate their behavior was not enough to teach birds how to be parents. They're actually proving that human interaction with these birds was preventing them from learning anything. The birds raised in labs are just not capable of being parents. They actually walk away from their eggs because no one was there to show them how to be parents properly. I guess not everyone is born with parental instincts. Here's a picture of the barred owl, and here's a picture of the northern spotted owl. Lovely birds, aren't they? Unfortunately, one of them, the northern spotted owl, is almost on the verge of extinction, primarily because of habitat loss, but also because the other owl, the barred owl, is driving it to extinction. To solve this rather unpleasant situation, the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service has allowed 2 biologists in Northern California to shoot barred owls. This job is causing a lot of stress for the biologists. They say they will need therapy after the project's finished. But it is absolutely necessary to make sure that northern spotted owls survive. And it was a very tough decision for all the parties involved in the project, but barred owls are not native to the region and they are considered invasive. I spent a couple of summers in Scotland. It seemed so wild and untouched in so many areas that it was hard to imagine it having any issues with wildlife. But like everywhere else, Scottish birds do need protection. Just recently, the Scottish government introduced severe penalties on killing protected birds of prey. You see, there, farmers are allowed to shoot certain birds to protect their crops, but it looks like some farmers have been abusing it. So now, if you shoot a bird of prey illegally, you will face a fine up to £40,000, which is about 75,000 American dollars, and a 12-month prison sentence. On a positive note, the RSPB, the Royal Society for Protection of Birds, has just purchased a huge chunk of land on the northernmost tip of Scotland, a place where birds like razorbills, guillemots, Kittiwakes, and Puffins in particular like to spend their summer vacation. So now the RSPB can really concentrate on protecting and saving the so-called clowns of the seabirds. I always carry all sorts of birding magazines with me. So today I was reading one published by the American Birding Association. It's called Birding. And I came across a very cool event. It's called Honduras Birding for Conservation Tour. And it will take place between November 4th and the 13th. It's basically a rally for conservation. You will be teamed up with one of the 5 renowned birders, along with a local Honduran guide, and you will be taken to some spectacular places to find birds. Each team has a conservation cause. The registration is already open. I think there's a lot of competition. So hurry up if you want to take part in it. This time of the year is really tough for birds because there is not much left to eat in the wild. So we want to make sure you provide lots of protein for your birds, and we're sending a peanut feeder to this week's winner. Let's have a look at the top 5 pictures this week. And the winner is Noreen Freebairn. She's been sending us pictures for many episodes. Here are some of her highlights. Congratulations, Noreen. I hope you will enjoy this feeder. Send us more pictures to photos@bromebirdcare.com. Well, it's time to say goodbye for now. If you haven't seen our website, please check out bromebirdnews.com, subscribe, and don't forget to help Joe out by leaving your comments in the forum. Have a wonderful week, and I will see you later.